All right, people. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Take your seats and welcome to another trip, dude. Welcome to another show, the Mistrofelis Show. This is the third episode, and we're here live from Brazil, man. We're here, and we're live, and we're from fucking Brazil, right? Dude, I think today we're gonna have a little bit more ambient sound because my fucking neighborhood is not as peaceful as last week, you know? This week is a little bit more hectic. Seems like the neighborhood is more fucking agitated and shit. More activity. Cars with fucking music blasting and fucking kids yelling and tools and hammers and people constructing shit. So, well, what you gonna do, you know? Ambient sound, I know it's gonna be a big problem here. And it's gonna keep being a big problem until I move out. But, you know, as said, I think when I record, I'm sorry, I just heard a noise and I thought somebody was home. But when I record, you know, it's gonna be a problem. And I hear the sound, louder than it actually is, I think, when I'm recording. Because when I hear it, the recorded file, things are not that loud. They're not that bad, At least that's what it feels like. And so, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna keep having ambient sound. There's nothing I can do about it. And, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Go fuck yourself if you do. Because it's just a little noise. Get over it, bitch. And I think I'm gonna say this every fucking week until I get my fucking filter, until I get my fucking soundproof, until I can move out of my parents' house. So, yeah, man, we're here. It's another week. It was another fucking full week. A huge fucking week, man. Jesus Christ. This week was... Oh, man. Last week took a month. This week took another month to go by, And I think all the episode titles will be the week that lasted a month, Because fucking hell, man. Shit is crazy. I'm working a lot, fucking long ass hours. This week I worked even more than last week, and I'm gonna tell you why. So first things first, this week I'm more prepared, because my phone is already silent, and because I already have water with me. Now last week I already had water, so, but my phone was not silent, so there's that. This week I'm more prepared. And yeah, this week, man, took a long fucking time to go by. Last week I worked from... Oh, I got my water. Whew. Good old water, man. Cold as shit. Very, very awesome. And yeah, this week... last week, actually, I worked... Not last week. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. I upload the episodes on Monday, right? And if I say this week, you guys understand this current week that's starting. So I'm gonna say last week, okay? From 8 to 13. 8 April to 13 April, That week was fucking longer, and the week before that, I had worked from Monday to Saturday, and that's normal because I always work those days. And on Monday I worked 12 hours. On Saturday I worked about 7. Not Saturday, what the fuck? On Tuesday I worked about 7. On Wednesday I worked about, fucking 6, I guess. 7 too, yeah. 7 again. On fucking Thursday I worked from 9 to 9 again, so 12 hours again. And then on Friday I worked 7 hours, and then on Saturday I worked for about 4 to 5 hours, and that was fucking long. That was the week that lasted a month. Took a fucking year to go by. Jesus Christ, I was so fucking tired. And then this week, the past week actually, the week before you're listening to this episode, fucking took even longer. Jesus, man, because I've worked more. So basically, Monday, normal, 12 hours, right? The normal way. On Tuesday, I worked from 11. I actually arrived at work like 10:30 until 9. So basically around 10 hours, 10 hours and a half, or like 11. I'm not sure. I'd say 10 and a half. Those were the hours that I worked on Tuesday. So that's already 2 days that I went to the fucking school in the morning, and I only went home at night. So I stayed the whole day working. And then on Wednesday, 7 hours. On Thursday, 12. And on Friday, 7 again. And on Saturday, 5 hours. So yeah, man, I've worked way more this week in comparison to the week before. Not this fucking week. I've worked way more the past week in comparison to the week before that. And I'm fucking tired, dude. Jesus Christ. I'm really tired, but, well, what are you gonna do, Gotta pay them bills, gotta get the money to move out, have plans for my future, gotta keep it going. So, last episode, I forgot to put the links in the description to Ella Jazz and to my student, Fabio. I'm gonna do this on this episode. And also I'm gonna put them there on the last episode because I can fucking edit the description. I'm gonna leave them there. So the links will be on the description. The last episode number 2, and then this week's episode, we're gonna have a link to Fabio's page, Fabio's Central, basically, where you can go there, check his art out, contact him, and hire his work. Just hire him. Fucking bust, dude. Motherfucker. Yeah, man, just talk to him, hire him, order his services, because he's a really fucking good designer, and I really like his work, man. It was pretty good. I'm very happy with the podcast start. I'm very happy with how the podcast is going. It's going good, man. And this week I didn't take any notes whatsoever on what the fuck to talk about, so maybe the episode's gonna be less than an hour, and that's okay, because last episode I went 1 hour and 7 minutes, and so I have credit. I can do one episode that is a little bit shorter. And yeah, I don't know, I don't have any fucking notes. I don't even remember what the fuck happened this week. My mind's so fucking full, work so fucking much. I don't think anything like wow crazy happened. And yeah, I want to talk about a couple of things though. So first thing, I'm recording this episode before the Game of Thrones last season inauguration or debut or release or whatever the fuck, I don't know how to say it. I'm recording before the first episode of the last season, so I don't know what the fuck happened, okay, but I'm gonna talk about it next episode. Next episode is gonna be the episode that I talk about it. And dude, I'm fucking excited. I'm really, really, really fucking really excited, man, because I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. That's the thing, man. You don't know. You have no idea. Is everybody gonna die? Or is HBO gonna go Disney on us and not kill anyone and give us a happy ending? Or is the ending gonna be tragic? Or is the ending gonna be, happy, quote unquote, but only one person is gonna survive and there's gonna be no fucking kingdom to rule? I don't fucking know, man. I really don't know. All I hope is that, I don't know, dude. Why did Jon fuck Daenerys, man? God damn, that was... man, I don't know. I mean, well, if you think about it, none of them know who John really is, and so I don't really like blame them, because John is fucking hot, Daenerys is fucking hot, both were fucking lonely as shit, and they had the chance, so why the fuck not? Just throw a little quick fuck there, you know. But I don't know, man. I That's the thing. Will John find out who he is? Will he find out and choose not to tell anyone? You know, and will he find out and not tell anyone but be weird with Daenerys the same way he was weird with like Ygritte, right? And just like ooh, and Daenerys would be like, "What the fuck happened, man? We fucked. I'm pregnant from you," and those little fucking romantic conflicts. I hope those romantic little. Thank you, motorbike. Fuck off, bitch. God damn, oh, dude. They make me so fucking mad. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. But I really hope that this season is just business. It's just serious fucking business. It's not just like, ooh, conflicts of love and romantic conflicts and John loves Daenerys and Daenerys loves John and they have a baby and all these conflicts and blah 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 blah. No, I hope that's not what happens. I really hope that what happens is just fucking business, okay? Just business, dude. Just fucking war, fights, politics, business, not fucking romantic. Ugh, fuck off, dude. So yeah, this season is gonna be either really fucking good, or it's gonna be a really big disappointment, which could happen because many shows have disappointing last seasons. Like for example, I don't know, fucking Lost. People complain about Lost. What else do people complain about? Some people complain about Naruto, which I don't understand. Because how the fuck is that a bad ending to the fucking series? The series is fucking creative as shit. And the fucking creator is a genius. Because he's fucking creative as a motherfucker. And I can't even understand how someone is that fucking creative to create such a big, vast, complex, full of fucking content world, universe. It's fucking unimaginable to me. I can't even write jokes. What the fuck? And you create a fucking entire world with all these people and powers and politics and conflicts and this and that. That's fucking crazy, man. Naruto is amazing. The ending of the fucking anime is really good. And granted, I didn't finish watching Naruto, but I know all the spoilers and shit. I don't know if you guys know if I have talked about this before. Let me sit up straighter. Oh, okay. I don't know if I have talked about this before, probably not, but I'm the type of person that likes spoilers, right? I like spoilers because, I don't know, spoilers motivate me to go watch something more than somebody says like overview. Oh my god. I'm gonna burp. Oh, sorry. Overview of the fucking show or whatever, if somebody comes up and says the synopsis and shit, I say exactly this all the fucking times. I say exactly the same thing. Interesting, I'm gonna check it out, and I never fucking do check it out. But if you go on YouTube and pull up a fucking clip or a scene from the show and the scene is good, like show me the best fucking scene of the show, I'm gonna watch that shit, because that is what motivates me. I've watched Breaking Bad knowing the ending, and I cried when I saw the ending again, because I've watched the ending and I saw it again and I fucking cried, and I enjoy the show a lot. It's one of my favorite shows ever. I fucking love it. So, spoilers are not a big deal to me. So, in order for me to like Naruto and start watching Naruto, I watched many clips from YouTube. So, I've watched Naruto and Pain's fight. I've watched the ending of the fucking anime. I've watched Naruto versus Sasuke, the last fucking fight. I've watched, Jesus, man, I don't know, Madara in the war, dude, I've watched many clips, and that's what motivated me into watching Naruto. And you know what? I don't care about the spoilers. I'm having a fucking blast. I look forward to getting to the point of the spoilers that I have watched. If that makes any sense, you understand? Like I look forward into watching the entire process, and when I get to the spoiler, I'm like, oh shit, here it is, that thing that I've watched. Because even if I know what happens, when I watch the entire thing and I get to the point of the spoiler, it's so much more gratifying, so much more satisfying, it's so much more hype. And I fucking love it. And so yeah, I know everything that fucking happens in Naruto. Same thing was with Game of Thrones. Before I was a little Game of Thrones hater, but I started getting some spoilers and I was like, shit, this is fucking awesome. This is rad. I'm gonna watch it. And I've watched it. And I try to watch it again to prepare for this season. I think I've talked about it, but I couldn't because I was too lazy. I didn't have that much time to watch all the episodes. I've watched until like the half of the fourth season or whatever, but I didn't watch everything on Game of Thrones again. I couldn't watch the entire show again because I was also watching Naruto. I started watching Love, Death, Robots. Man, what the fuck? That show is cool, and I haven't even watched that many episodes. We're gonna talk about that shit. So yeah. I don't even know what the fuck led me into talking about this, man. I fucking lost train of thought. But fuck it. That's how it rolls. Water. Ooh! Fuck, I spilled water in my fucking shirt. What a fucking disgusting pig. No, I'm a fucking cutie. Alright, and yeah, man. So, watching Naruto, what the fuck was I talking about? Why did I start talking about I watched Naruto? I'm trying to think about it, but I can't go back. So let's just keep fucking going, alright? Game of Thrones, I watched it. I fucking love it. It's crazy, and I'm so fucking excited for this season, man. So fucking excited. Tomorrow. God, a few hours only. Oh boy. I am anxious. I'm actually fucking anxious. I started watching Love, Death, Robots, and do you know how I got into watching that show? First of all, it doesn't matter if it's a sequence of not or not if you watch it in sequence, like first episode, second episode, third episode. No, it doesn't matter because it's a series, it's a show of, it's basically a compilation of short animated movies that talk about the same topic for inspiration, basically. The animated movies have to talk about love, about death, and about robots, basically. Those are the requirements. And every fucking episode is totally different because, they are fucking made from a different team, a different studio, a different director, everything different. It's a different story made from different people, but they talk about the same topic basically. And how I got into it, I went to Brian's house, my friend's house, and he showed me Zima Blue. He said like, dude, you're gonna watch this episode, that series is fucking rad. He explained me how it works. All these episodes, they are a compilation of short animated movies, and he showed me Zima Blue, and I was fucking blown the fuck away, man. That was fucking amazing. And then I went on to watching the first episode, which I think it's fucking Sally or some girl's name, Edge, basically. I don't remember the name, but it was fucking amazing as well. I fucking loved it. And then I tried watching the second episode, those three little robots. But my Netflix downloaded the episode, and as usual, it was all pitch black. So I have to download it again, and I didn't yet because I'm fucking lazy. But I watched the Witness, and I didn't like that one that much, to be completely honest with you. I'm gonna tell you why. Just hang on. I'm recording, baby. BRB, love you. Just letting my girlfriend know as usual that I'm recording. And yeah, I fucking love my girlfriend, alright? I know I'm saying this again, but she's the best, and I fucking love her. And yeah, I watched Sally. Is it Sally? Sally, Danny, something like that. I don't know why, but I have Sally in my mind. Let me see it. But yeah, I've watched that episode, Someone's Edge, which was fucking crazy too because it had too many turns in the fucking story. Like, this happened and then this happened. And you're like, how the fuck is gonna be the ending of this? And this happened. And you're like, whoa, that's brilliant. Fucking love it. It's really, really good. And I've watched the Witness episode. I didn't like it all that much. Sony's Edge. I've watched Sony's Edge. I've watched The Witness, and I've watched Zima Blue so far. And the cool thing is that the movies. Thank you, motorbike. Oh, dude, fuck off. All right. The Witness is so. You know, I don't like it all. I didn't like it all that much because it's fucking you know, it's cool and all because the story is like this little paradox and you don't know why the paradox is happening. You just see the paradox happening, but like who the fuck cares, you know? It's just a guy who kills a girl. The girl across the building sees, but the girl that saw it, the witness, is identical to the girl the guy just killed. And then the girl starts running away. The guy chases after her. They meet in the same fucking apartment, the same fucking building, but the girl kills the guy. And then this guy that is the same guy she just killed sees it from the other street, and it ends there. Like, who the fuck cares? It's a paradox, cool. But just it being a paradox doesn't make it interesting. Just because it's a interesting concept that it shows, it works with, doesn't mean it's necessarily interesting. So I didn't care about that episode so much. But I'm gonna tell you that the animation of that episode, what the fuck? Probably the most ridiculous animation I have ever seen in my life. Such a high quality and unique and different and weird and I don't know, dude. It's fucking crazy, original. You know, the style of the animation, I fucking loved it. The animation is pretty beautiful, so the technicalities of that episode are very good. But the writing, the script, I don't care about it that much. But I have to watch more episodes. I have to check the rest out. I'm just, watching Naruto, so I'm focusing on that. And now there's going to be Game of Thrones, so I have to focus on that as well. So that's what I'm watching right now, basically. And yeah, I like spoilers. I prefer to receive spoilers because that is what works for me. That is what motivates me to watching the entire thing, Similar with One Piece. I started watching One Piece, since fucking not watching but reading the manga since I was like 9 years old or something like that. I bought the first manga, and then I liked it a lot. I started reading and buying some mangas, but the manufacturer dropped it and another manufacturer took it after a few years. And so throughout that period I was like, I can't follow it anymore. And then I found a portal to watch the anime online. Took about 2 years to watch the whole anime. And I've watched the anime knowing that Ace dies. And I don't give a fuck. Because I watched it. And when I got to that episode, Ace's death, Jesus Christ, dude. I bawled my heart out. I don't think I've ever cried so much watching something in my life. Seriously, it was fucking insane. Dude, that was fucking shocking. And I knew what happened. I have watched the scene before, but when I watch it again, when I got to the point after watching the entire show, it was like I have never watched it before. Dude, Jesus. It was fucking traumatizing. It was crazy to see him die. And yeah, the other thing that I want to talk about today is going to be kind of the focus of the episode, and it was actually an idea from my girlfriend. She said, you could talk about this because it's so important and interesting part of your life, because last episode and the first episode as well, I talked about a few of the inspirations that I have into, inspirations of my life, what the fuck, listen to this. I live in a fucking racetrack, dude. fuck off. So yeah, I've talked about the inspirations that I have, the inspirations that influenced me into making the podcast, and some inspirations in my life in general. But I didn't talk about probably the biggest, most important influence and inspiration of my entire life, not only artistically, but in life, in life in general. It's the piece of work, the body of work that made me who I am, that helped me build character, build integrity, build honesty, and many other skills that I have in my life today. Today I'm gonna talk about Ranger's Apprentice. I don't know if anybody knows that, but it's a book series of 12 books, 12 main books. I think two or three books that talk about, stories before the first main book. I don't know how you call that. I fucking forgot. And it's continuing to another series of books, but from the same universe, basically. And yeah, Ranger's Apprentice, written by John Flanagan. And I just want to talk about how that influenced me as a person, how that influenced my life, basically. And it was possibly the biggest influence I have ever had in my life, and the most important one, the most impactful one, for sure. So around 2009, when I went to live in Rio, to shoot the soap opera, I made a friendship there with this guy called Raphael as well. And he loved One Piece. He got me back into One Piece. He loved to read books and all of that. And I wasn't into that type of stuff all that much, especially reading many books. And he said, like, dude, I recommend you this book, Percy Jackson. The first book, Percy Jackson, the lightning bolt thief. I don't know what is the name of it in English, because I have read the books in Portuguese. So yeah, he recommended me that. I was a little skeptical to read it, but my mom bought it for me, and I started reading it, and goddamn, fucking incredible. The book was really, 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 really fucking good. I loved it, and I got into this fantasy world, this fantasy, early teens book world, basically. But as I got into it, another book came up, which took my full attention forever. As I was starting to read the third Percy Jackson's book, the Titan something, I don't know, I found out this book called Ranger's Apprentice, number 1, volume 1, The Ruins of Courland, I think. So yeah, I found this book, and I was like, it's interesting, I'm gonna check it out, because at the time I was playing RPGs more, I was more into medieval times, and so I was like, oh, this is about medieval times, and the story, is charming to me. It seems very cool, so I'm gonna read it, and I picked up the first volume to read it. I can't remember exactly who recommended me that book series. It wasn't this other Raphael friend of mine, and I don't know if it was a friend that I have in São Paulo or not, or if it was a fucking teacher that I had. I don't know, man. I don't know who recommended me. I know for sure that somebody recommended that book to me, but I don't remember who it was. I really don't remember who it was. But I picked up the first volume and I went to read it. And my fucking god, it blew my mind away. So fucking good, dude. So good. I fell in love with it immediately. Like, no, not even a double check. I fell in love with it so much that to this day, 2019, I still haven't read the third book of Percy Jackson. I started to read it, and I got like the third chapter, fourth chapter, and then I started reading Ranger's Apprentice Volume 1, and I completely dropped off Percy Jackson. And to this day, I haven't finished the third book or read any other books for that matter. So yeah, man, Ranger's Apprentice took my whole fucking time, my whole life, basically, you know. I was, around 11 years old. Not 11. No, no, no. Way more than that. I was like 13 to 14 years old, when I started reading Ranger's Apprentice. And at that time, dude, and even more recent than that, I'm not gonna say I was a fucking shitty person, because I don't think I have ever been a shitty person, but I was definitely not who I am and what I am today, not at all the same person. I was very conservative. I was very close-minded. I was very homophobic. I was close-minded in general. I was a little bit racist. I was a little bit homophobic. I was not, good in my ideologies, good in my mind, and good, well set in my principles as a person, as a man, basically. And when I started reading Ranger's Apprentice, was around a time that I was feeling lost. I was a little kid, but I was feeling lost. All my friends were growing up, all my friends were starting to get beards, and I wasn't. And I had a friend who already lost his virginity at 14, and I didn't. And that fucking affected me, like, oh, I'm gonna grow up to be a loser and whatever. And the fucking Ranger's Apprentice book series touch bases on just that. The main character is this little boy called Will. That's his name, Will. He doesn't have a surname. He doesn't have a last name. His name is Will. And among his group of friends, they are all orphans from this castle in this kingdom called Araluen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that's, the way I think it is, Araluen. And they are protected. They are protected kids from the kingdom, that castle, Redmont. And they are a group of kids where when they reach 15 years old, they have to do this test, right? They have to apply to one of the jobs that are available in medieval times. So you could apply to the war school, military school. You could apply to the Writers Guild. You could apply to the fucking Diplomat Guild, or to the fucking Cooks and Chefs Guild. You could apply to all these places, And Will is this little boy. He's very, very short, very thin, and he's not the most intelligent guy in the planet, or even the most dedicated little guy in the planet, And there's this group of friends, and they all get to go to the place where they want to go. See? Fucking noises. I don't know where they come from. So this girl wants to be a diplomat. She is accepted into the Diplomats Guild. This girl wants to be a chef. She is accepted to the Cooks Guild. This fucking guy wants to be a writer, so he is applied and he's accepted to the fucking Writers Guild. This other boy, his Will's quote-unquote rival, he is this very tall, strong boy, same age. All of them are the same age, and he bullies Will, and Will doesn't accept bullying. He fights back, and they have these conflicts always. And this boy is accepted into the fucking military school, and Will is not. And it is Will's dream to become a knight, to become a to become a knight, because the story that he knows is that his father died in a battle, and he was a knight. He was this glorious hero knight, and so his dream is to follow his father's step. But he is not accepted into the military school because he's too short, too thin, not muscular at all. And yeah, man, he loses sight of all hope. He loses sight of all good future. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. But this guy, Halt, he is a ranger. And a ranger is basically an archer, but not just an archer. He doesn't just know how to shoot a bow and arrow, you know. He knows how to be sneaky and stealthy. So he knows how to move around to undetected, make no noises. All these techniques that don't involve magic at all. They only involve real techniques, and it's fascinating because the book kind of teaches you along the way. And he sees potential in Will into becoming a ranger, and so he tests Will without Will knowing, and instinctively Will passes the text no the test, and so Will becomes the ranger's apprentice. And Halt, this ranger, is basically the most legendary ranger there has ever been. Even more legendary than the fucking creator of the Rangers Guild and the president, of the Rangers Guild. And yeah, he becomes this ranger's apprentice. And all the 12 books, they talk about the story of Will, of Halt, of Horace, which is this boy that used to bully Will, of Alice, which is a girl that Will has a crush on, and all the evolution story of Will, a boy, an orphan boy, rejected into his dream with no sight of the future, but with this big dedication, big training, big, motivation, and into not giving up life and finding himself outside of his dream. He had a dream in his head, but he finds himself outside of that dream, and he sees that life is way better than he could have ever expected, because it teaches him to be amazing, skillful, in good man, good person in general. And there are 12 books. I have read 11 books. I started reading the 12th book, I think last year. No, in 2017 I started reading the last book, but I didn't finish it because I was getting too fucking emotional, and I couldn't fucking take it. Maybe this year I'll read it, but I have repeated the series multiple times. I've read the series and read again about like fucking, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times. I think 5 times actually. But I haven't finished the last book. Every time that I bought a new book, I would start from scratch. So, for example, I bought all books until the fourth. When I got the fifth, sixth, and seventh book, I read it again. But when I read the entire series, I found out that the seventh book was actually a story before the fourth book. So the sequence would be 1, 2, 3, 7, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. And so I was like, let's read again. So I bought the 8th, and the 9th book, and I've read it again. And then I bought the 11th and the 12th, and I've read it again from scratch. And now I'm reading it again because I want to finish it entirely, and I'm currently at the 3rd book, one of my favorite books of the series. And yeah, man, the show, Halt, this guy, this mentor, this teacher, this legendary ranger, and literally all the fucking characters in the book series are so unbelievably valuable. They're so incredible and so unbelievably valuable that it's a big life lesson. The book is a big life lesson. And I was talking about that to a friend of mine, and it's interesting to see what helps each person become who they are. Like this friend of mine, Brian, he's the guy who convinced me into watching Naruto. And he says, because we both like One Piece a lot, and it was our main topic of conversation basically. But then he said, I love One Piece, but my favorite is Naruto. It's the series that I started watching since I was a little kid. It's, the body of work that made the man that I am right now, made me who I am, basically. And I understood him, and it was fascinating to see that that series is what built him into the character that he is, built him into the man that he is. And then I stopped to think about that, and I realized that what did that for me was not One Piece. And I always thought that it was One Piece, but it was not. It was no anime at all. It was Ranger's Apprentice. So among the lines of Will learning to become a man, learning to become strong, mentally and physically, learning to become a skillful person, learning his craft from scratch. I learned with him, and I applied all those teachings from all the books into my life. All the values, all the morals, all the ideologies, all the qualities, all the qualities that form a character, that form a person, that build a person. So I've learned with Will. So Raphael, I feel like I am also a Ranger's apprentice. That's what I feel like. And that's why I thought it was such a good idea that my girlfriend gave me to talk about this series, because I feel like I am a Ranger's apprentice. So, the book teaches many things, technicalities, and one of the things it teaches basically doesn't teach you step by step, but you see Will learning about it, and so you kind of learn it along the way, is to move stealthily, to move quietly, to move, silently, to be stealthy, basically. And I know how to be that, basically. I'm not that good as the characters in the book, but, I like and I learn. I've learned and I like to be a little bit stealthy. So I can move without making any noise at all. I can, you know, I can see everything without being seen if I want to. I can be basically invisible, so I can be stealthy. I know how to be stealthy, and it's a skill that I really like. Another skill is speech skill, how to talk, how to communicate, how to be a good person to talk to, how to use communication well. And other skills were all moral and thank you, motorbike. I mean, I live in a fucking racetrack. You heard it. I live in a racetrack. What the fuck's that bike doing here? I don't know. I must live in a racetrack's pit stop. That's the only fucking logical explanation. Oh, Jesus Christ. That fucking annoys the shit out of me, dude. And yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, Rangers. And, I've learned everything. I've learned to... Oh, yeah. The skill that I like the most, that I picked up from that book series, was learning how to be smart, learning how to be intelligent, and learning how to have a good, logical, rational brain. And so, dude, every fucking time that I watch something, or that I am into a situation, or that I'm talking to somebody and everything, I can pick up body language characteristics, I can pick up speech characteristics, I can understand what the person is saying before the person finishes their train of thought. I'm a very, very, very good logical person. I consider myself to be very intelligent, very smart, very quick in that aspect of being logical, of having good logic and understanding the logic of things. For example, Sudoku. Sudoku is something that I got first in touch with, I don't know, when I was fucking 10, and I could try, and I didn't understand a single fucking thing about that fucking crazy ass game. But this past week, I had a class with a student, a conversation class, and we talked about Sudoku. That she's very, very, very fucking good at Sudoku. And she taught me Sudoku, and I picked it up in 15 minutes. I picked it up, I understood the logic of it, and I learned how to play it. That's the evolution that I feel in myself. I feel like I'm very smart, I'm very intelligent in being rational, in being logical, in understanding. For example, do you guys know Fallout? Fallout New Vegas, right? You have the special skills. So you have strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck, basically, right? My strength is about 2 or 3. I'm very skinny, I'm not strong built at all, and I don't fucking work out or whatever, so I'm very weak physically. My perception, that's the thing. Sorry. That's what the book teaches you. That's what I'm trying to say when I say that I'm very logical, that I'm very rational. My perception is totally 10. If I made a character in Fallout like me, if I made me in Fallout, my perception would be the maximum, level 10. Because my perception is really fucking good. I can see body language, I can read body language, I can read speech patterns, I can read social interactions very well, I can read all the situations, I can predict, I can perceive, I can understand, and I can read very, very, very fast. So my perception, my awareness of everything, of my surroundings, of things that I watch, things that I listen to, things that I read, people that I talk to, interactions that I enter, social settings that I am into, all of those things I am very, 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 very good at perceiving all of those things, perceiving, understanding, making sense out of it and understanding it all. So my perception would be level 10, thanks to Ranger's Apprentice. That book made me learn that part of my life, and it's basically what I think is my main strength, my biggest skill that I have in my life, is being a very perceptive person, having an amazing perception. That's something that I really, 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 really like, and it's something that I'm very proud of, and it's something that I thank for every day, for getting in touch with Ranger's Apprentice, knowing that book series, and having read all of the books multiple times except for the last book, which I'm gonna give me time. I have to prepare because it's gonna be very sad, but I'm gonna. Okay. And so yeah, man, it gave me a big fucking motorbike, whatever. It was so loud I cut it, I'm sorry. And yeah, man, it just gave me such a high level of perception that I'm very fucking proud of that. It's the skill, it's my favorite skill, my favorite skill inside my skill set. And so what else? Endurance, not so much. I'm not very resistant physically. I've broken all my fucking fingers, I've twisted my fucking ankle, I've broken some toes, I have gotten stitches in my head, no, on my head. I'm not very durable, I don't have a lot of endurance, so it would be like a fucking 3 or 4 or something like that. Talking about my Fallout character, right? Next skill would be charisma. My charisma, I don't know, I don't think it's that high. It would be like an 8 or a 7 at most. My intelligence, that's the thing. My intelligence, I think, would be a 9, 8. I'm not very intelligent in the way of like being a scientist or being a person that knows a lot. I know a lot of the things that I like, and I search about, because I don't like to learn with the school setting. I don't learn like that. My study, quote unquote, is just going to Google and Googling whatever the fuck I'm interested at the moment. So my intelligence would be, I don't think even a 9. I think my charisma would be a 9, 8, and my intelligence would be like a 7, 8, something like that. Because my intelligence, my smartness, my cleverness is in the perception. I am so good at perceiving things. My perception is so fucking good that it's definitely a 10. After that, we have agility. My agility, I would say, is pretty high too. Would be like a fucking 9, a 10. because I'm very quick, I'm very fast. Even though I don't train, even though I don't work out, I'm very fast runner. I'm a very good swimmer. Good I have a good athletic mind. I don't have a body to follow that, so I don't practice many sports, and I wanna practice many sports. I wanna do jiu-jitsu, I wanna keep skating, I wanna play American football for fun. I want to do all those things, but because I'm so lazy, I'm so unmotivated in the way of physical exercise and training and working out and following a diet and all of these disciplinary things, I don't do those things, basically. You know, but my agility is very good. It's like natural because I'm short, I'm quick, and I'm stealthy. So my agility is very, very, very good. Would be a 9 and 10, definitely. If I put more effort into working out, into exercise, into having a healthy diet, into being a disciplined person about my physical body, dude, I would be amazing. I would be an amazing athlete, and I still want to accomplish that. That's not something that I have given up on. I still want to do that. It's just so fucking difficult for me because I'm too lazy, too unmotivated when it comes to that. But my agility is natural. I think would be a 9 and 10. My luck, dude, fucking 0. All right. No, my luck is not 0. I have a good life. I got good opportunities in life, professional opportunities. I'm working a good job, even though I work a lot and I don't have time for fucking anything. I'm very grateful for my job. It's a very good opportunity. It's a very important job, given I have no fucking degree or no fucking bachelor at all. You know, I didn't go to college. I didn't get a degree in fucking anything, and I'm working as a pedagogical coordinator and ESL teacher. That's another thing, man, that I remember that I've wanted to just say. I said that I was an English teacher, but obviously, as you guys can see, my English is not fucking perfect. It's far from that. I don't even think I'm fluent anymore because, you know, after I started teaching, I mixed too much of, you know, my mind is too fucking confused with Portuguese and English, and I didn't, you know, I lost my time that I could stay, you know, practicing the listening part of my English. So I think I've lost a little bit of my English skills. And so I'm not an English teacher for native speakers, of course. I am a ESL teacher. I don't know if you guys know that, but ESL is English as a Second Language. So I am a ESL teacher and a pedagogical coordinator, and I have no fucking degree. I didn't study. I didn't go to college at all. And so I'm very, you know, I consider myself, if I think about it, I am relatively lucky. I got a beautiful girlfriend. I found the woman of my dreams in her. I got a good family structure. I can't complain much about that. I got good, very good, real friends by my side, and I got good opportunities. I have a good job, so I haven't lived a difficult life. So I think you know, if you think about it, if you stop to think about it and be real about it, I would say my luck could be high. So yeah, strength 3, perception fucking 10, endurance 3, charisma around 9, 8, my intelligence 7, 8, my agility 10, 9, and my luck, you know, 5, 6 maybe. I'm not a lucky person, but I'm not an unlucky person at all. So average, above average, you know. That's what my character in Fallout would be, my special skills, you know. And yeah, Ranger taught me that. He gave me such a high level of perception that is crazy. And it taught me how to be a good person, how to be a person with integrity, how to be a person that is honest, how to be a person that is good to the next person, is good to the others, is good to the others around me, as much as I can. It taught me morals. It taught me values. It taught me ideologies, and it basically, in sum, it built my character. It made me the man that I am right now, whether it is on values and morals or on skills and skill sets. And that's why Ranger's Apprentice is such a big influence in my life, because I every fucking year or so, I come back to it, I read it again, and I started reading it when I was 13, when I was 14. It's a period of your life where you don't know what the fuck is even happening. Everything's fucking changing. Your body's changing, your environment's changing, your friends are changing, your siblings are changing. Everything's fucking changing completely, and you are lost. Even though you're young, and it's some people think it's stupid to feel lost at that time. Is natural, it's normal to feel lost at that time, because it is a time that literally everything changes, and so it can be very heavy on you, on your psychological health, on your mental health, on your physical health. Some people really go down at their early teens, or some people really fucking thrive at their early teens. Some people just survive them, and after 18 years old, in their early 20s, late 20s, they start going up, they start thriving. And I think that I am that person, being an actor since 6 years old, and having the understanding and the fucking knowledge into thinking, all right, this is not for me, I need to get the fuck out of this. Because if I said Will wanted to be a knight, a shiny knight, a knight in a big fucking war horse, very tall, strong, in a shiny, amazing, majestic armor, right? And I think that being an actor, in my former dream of achieving an Oscar, or those high level of international acting, was my night. That was for me, what it was for Will. Will wanted to become a knight, I wanted to be an actor for life. But we were both lost. And we were both at such an early stage in our lives that we really didn't know if that was what we wanted, or if that was what it was consciously or subconsciously imposed into us. And so the book helped me see that. The book helped me knowing, in the process of getting to know myself better, getting to know my life better, getting to analyze my life better, and understanding where my place in the world is. And I still don't really know where my place in the world is. I'm still in the process, because it's a long fucking life. But for certain, I know what I don't want to follow. I know what I don't want to be. Like, I was listening to Your Mom's House last episode, this past week. It was with Joey Diaz, and they were talking about acting, and they were talking about the sets and how the industry works. And I'm not sure if it was that episode or if it was an episode of The Church of What's Happening Now. It was definitely an episode that Joey Diaz was inserted in, and I was listening to that episode, and I was hearing these stories that he said a director treated him badly, and all the dirt in Hollywood. I think it was in Your Mom's House. All the dirt in Hollywood, all the dirt with the kids, and I was a fucking kid actor, and he said something brilliant. The kids actors in acting business is not about the kids, it's about the fucking moms. And I agree with that so fucking much, because I lived that. And as a kid, I wasn't fucking stupid. I was realizing all of that. I thank God that my mom is a very fucking amazing, woman. A woman that is very integrate. I don't know if that's how you say it, but she has a lot of integrity. She was never corrupt or anything. But the other moms, dude, I saw so many ridiculous moms and ridiculous people, ridiculous things. It's a fucking battle of the egos. And I was watching that episode and remembering my experience in the acting industry, which was a lot more than a fucking decade of experience inside of professional acting, and knowing all of these things in the business that are equal in US and in Brazil, because humans are humans, they are people. And after I've watched the episode, I just had a big feeling of gratitude that I am not an actor anymore, that I'm not working with that shitty, crappy, dirty, piece of shit business. I don't like the professional level of it. I don't like the industry. I don't like the business. I don't like everything that comes with it. I don't fucking like it. And after I watched the episode, I felt so fucking grateful that I managed to lose myself from those chains and break out of that fucking prison of, you know, in expectation, of consciously or subconsciously being imposed in my mind that I have to be a knight. I have to be a knight in shiny armor. I have to be a high level actor. I don't fucking have to. And the book helped me realize that, perceive that, and get out of a situation that I know if I lived with it, I would be unhappy. I would be an unhappy person, you know? So the book helped me with everything. It built my character completely. And, that's what it gave me. It gave me skills. It gave me professional skills, hobby skills. It gave me morals. It gave me values. And it helped me analyze myself. It helped me learning more about myself, being more focused on my inside, understanding myself, and perceiving my surroundings enough to following my path and not following somebody else's path that are expected on me, not following other people's expectation and not giving a fuck about them, but following what I want for me, following what I feel right, following my own fucking path. And that's the experience that the book has given me, following my own path and knowing myself. And so, I always say to myself, I really hope that, when I get to international level, I can travel abroad and just give a big, long, tight, and warm hug in, John Flanagan. Give John Flanagan a big, good hug. Just look this amazing writer in his eyes and say, thank you. Just thank you for building my character. Thank you for creating all these characters in this amazing body of work. Thank you for, helping me through my teens, helping me through my prisons, helping me through my chains, teaching me so many good things, and just building my character, building the man that I am today. So yeah, the title of this episode, I know what it's gonna be. I thought about it even beforehand, and it's gonna be I am a Ranger's Apprentice. Because just as Will was a Ranger's Apprentice, I was in the same level Halt's apprentice and John Flanagan's apprentice. And I'm just very, very, very grateful for that book, for that body of work, and for the influence that it has played, in my life. And yeah, man, that's the book. That's the influence. If you guys don't know about it, please do check it out. I am for sure gonna leave a link in the description to John Flanagan's website, to the Ranger Apprentice's website, where to buy the books, where to acquire them, because I tell you guys, you're not gonna regret it. It's very well written, very descriptive, very rich. It's very, very rich of everything, especially of life lessons and moral values, that book. And I'm very thankful. That book is unbelievable. And yeah, that's the influence it has played in my life. Alright, man, very good. We talked a lot today. I was very worried, since I didn't have any notes, that I was not gonna reach 1 hour, or I was not even gonna be able to record this episode, that it wasn't going to flow, the conversation wasn't going to flow. But it did. It did really well. Spent about half an hour without even mentioning the Rancher's Apprentice, which was pretty cool, man. So, man, I just want to thank everybody again. I want to thank Fabio for the design. Your link is in the description. Please, guys, contact him. He's a very, very amazing designer. I want to thank my girlfriend for always being there, for always supporting me, and for especially giving me the idea of talking about Ranger's Apprentice in this episode. It was an amazing, very, very, very clever and good idea. Thank you. I want to thank everybody that watches this. I want to thank my friends, my family, my students, and yeah, man, I'm just feeling grateful. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling light. I'm feeling happy that I am concluding a third episode, that I am doing this project. I feel like I have a purpose. I feel fucking happy, and I'm just having a fucking blast doing this. It feels easy. It feels natural. it feels right. It feels like the right purpose to follow. It feels like the right thing to do for my life right now. Even if it's not a professional level, even if it's just for fun, as I said, I'm doing this for me, and it's paying off. I'm having a fucking blast. So thank you everybody for listening again. Please do go check it out. Ranger's Apprentice. You will not regret it. Show them to your kids. Show them to your very, very young kids. Show them to your early teens kids. Show it to your late teens kids. Show them to your fucking cousins, little cousins, your little nieces and nephews. Show them to kids. Let kids know that this book series exists and my personal experience with them that is so rich. This book is rich and I absolutely love it. I'm very grateful for it. Thank you everybody for listening again. I will see you guys next week, and next week we definitely are going to talk about fucking Game of Thrones. Oh, the hype is real. One day! Dude, it's so close. I'm so fucking happy. Thank you everybody for listening. Have a good week. Have a good work. Have a good life. God bless. See you all next week. Bye bye.